Welcome to the Generation Fit podcast. I'm Coach Chris with Coach Brett. Today, we talked about how to lose fat while drinking alcohol, working with men for 10 plus years that sit behind the desk. And also, we do have a live viewer that is a client within the Generation Fit project, so you can listen to what he has to say about how he did it himself. Enjoy. What are your go-to alcoholic beverages?
Sure. I mean, I don't drink a lot anymore. But my background is I used to drink not a ton in a given day, but very frequently. The industry I was in, it just like alcohol is always around. So you get off work, you're already at the bar. You may as well drink, sort of thing. So I would have like 2-3 beer on any given day. But since getting out of that situation, I don't drink a ton. Maybe like 2 times annually. When I do so, I have beer. Nothing crazy. Like lighter beer is my go-to. I like Allagash, New
So
Moon.
Canadian.
I know, right? That kind of thing. There'd be different beer when I'm back home that I would drink, but like primarily just like I like beer. I just like how it tastes. I like how it fucking feels. It's just like it's easy drinking. It's not super harsh. That's my go-to.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. What about you, Phil?
Yeah, I would say the same. My go-to is usually beer, and I don't drink that much either. I only drink when I go out for like very specific social events.
Well, the reason why I ask was because I did get a lot of questions about my alcohol post, and I was actually dispelling the calorie amounts for different types of alcohols on the average. Yes, every single alcohol, the way it's made, the way it's distilled will vary in its calories based on how much alcohol is in there and also the additives they put in there. It will get this would be like a 5-hour podcast if we were to go through every single one on the big like bundles of them. So instead, what we'll do is kind of like go through like what we normally do, how we coach our clients to be able to handle it, and also just like general tidbits of it. So before I move forward though, going through college, binge drink like crazy, then went to the city, binge drank like crazy after long work hours. I think it was like almost 60 to 70 hours in the gym at all times. And then we were like, oh, well, let's go to the local bar right next door, watering hole, and absolutely just drink our faces off. Putting that on the internet now. Yes, I used to be like that too. So don't think that you're not able to be fit and drink alcohol. But nowadays, as I'm more tame, I've been trying more wine because it takes me like 3 beers at least to start feeling something. So at least 1 glass of wine or 2 will get me going, feeling good in a shorter amount of time. But we will break down the calories in just a second. But Phil was going, so hopefully he fixed his mic.
Yeah, sorry about that. Should be fixed up.
Yeah. So what were you saying about social events about beer?
Let's see. Where did I stop at? Or what was the last thing that you guys heard?
Oh, you were just talking about how if you have like a social event or something big, that's when you kind of have beer, and then you were going to, something along the lines of like which beers that you're going to drink and that you enjoy.
Oh yeah. Usually like if I do go out, it's only, to socialize, very specific events. I don't go out that much, but it's like birthdays, big celebrations, and then there tends to be alcohol. So I usually my choice of alcohol is beer. So I'll have like 1 or 2, and I usually pick up like a local recommendation. So either we're at like a fancy restaurant or like a brewery, and then I'll just ask for whatever's popular, whatever people drink, and then I'll try that, and then that's it. Just to have something to sip, something to try, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't drink out too much often. Besides that, I would say just maybe 1-2 drinks every other month.
Yeah, I think it makes it almost so much easier when people don't drink as much. And to be fair, I think once you're on this journey and once you're actually understanding what you're doing, it seems as though I would say like 95% of my clients that used to drink like bottles of wine, like 4 or 5 beers a night, they actually just stop naturally because they're like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do in drinking alcohol. As we are about to break everything down, you just realize it's just like not worth the calories in your calorie budget at all. Like breaking everything down, it's like, what was it? Light beer is 100 calories on average. Seltzer's like 100, but people have to smash like 3 or 4 of them to start feeling something. A glass of wine, if you pour it and actually measure it out, it's not that big. It's really not for 150 calories on average. And then you go into like your distilled liquors are like between 70 to 100 calories. But when you go to a bar, they usually pour like double shots for, when you pay for a drink, they'll probably give you 2 shots. So that's already 140 to 200 calories right there before you even add anything else to it. So any mixers of any sort. And then don't even get me started on craft beers and just crazy mixed drinks, because then they're all over the place.
It's
Like at that point, you can't even keep track.
Mixed drinks are a crapshoot. There's such like a wide variety of things you can get for mixed drinks. The calorie markers are insane. Like the most extreme examples are obviously all of those like Bloody Marys that you'll see from like New Orleans, where it'll be like just decked out with everything. Like, hey, here's your Bloody Mary, but it's like served in like a fishbowl, and here's an entire burger and some like random fried shellfish on top of that on sticks. And you're just like, what the fuck is this even? So like that gets a little silly, obviously, but like mixed drinks just like full of like different like fruit juices can be very caloric. That's gonna like add like maybe 80 to 100 calories depending on what they're doing with it. They use a lot of simple syrups to take the edge off, which is a straight shot of like sugar, so it's an easy like 150 calories right there depending on what you're doing. Like all of these things, like it really stacks up really fast.
Oh yeah, I mean, even just thinking about like in my past, right? Clearly not now. I'm definitely more mature, right? Definitely more mature. But if you think about the old drinks that we used to have, the trash cans, the Long Island iced teas, the things that will kill you, literally.
Yeah.
The big bottles of crap. What was it? What was the thing that is like banned now, and like they have a new formulation? It's like,
are you talking about like Four Loko?
Four Loko, yeah, Four Loko, right? Those formulations are absolutely insane. But just know that those are probably your worst. And then you're just playing with fire at that point. You're playing with hundreds of calories. You can't even guess. You cannot even guess because you're not watching the bartender like, measure every detail. They're just swinging the thing back there and then pouring it out. And then we're gonna get into a few of our fan favorite drinks, which is gonna be hilarious. And one of them is a margarita. And I'm gonna shoot down some of my clients right now. So if they listen to this podcast, they're gonna be like, oh, this freaking guy over here.
Confidence. Oh my!
I won't name any names. Luckily, Phil is in the clear here because every time I saw him, he always drinks like sake. It would be like celebratory sake beer, at sushi or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
nothing too crazy. But I think a good way to go about this is first and foremost, I think the most popular drinks right now, which is a good and bad thing. So good thing in terms of like everybody knows how many calories you're taking from these drinks and that they're fairly low, right? Which is your light beers categorized within your seltzers and all these new types of low calorie alcoholic beverages. So like surf sides / state sides, White Claws, High Noons, Neutrals, Trulies. I don't know. You just keep going down the list, and any light beers that you can think of domestically. Those are probably your best bets, at least because you really can't go wrong with them in terms of they can't overpour it on average. Like if you open it from a can, it's 12 ounces or a beer bottle, and those are your best ways to just kind of be like on track of like, hey, I had 3 full drinks, right? And then if you go into this is where it gets a little crazy though. So I think a lot of my clients here, I don't know about you, Brett. I mean, I've been talking about this to your clients yet. But with even like vodka sodas, when they report them, they always say like, oh, I had I had 2 drinks at my happy hour. I'm like, oh yeah, just take a picture, or like just send me like give me like idea on this call right now. And they're like, oh yeah, it's about like this tall, size of their face. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And how many drinks are those? Like, oh yeah, 2 or 3. So it's only like 3 shots, right? Like 300 calories. Like, nah, at least 6 to 800, depending on how they made it. Easily double for that stuff. So when people are like, oh, distilled liquor is great for you, it's like, yeah, if you're doing shots or you're doing it neat or over the rocks and you're watching them pour it in, because otherwise it's just as much as a beer. And then this is almost across the board. Like, yes, vodka is 70 calories, tequila is like 70-ish calories. Then you go into like rum, it's like maybe closer to 100. You go into whiskeys, it just depends on how they distill it. You know what I mean? Like it's just close to 70 to 100, but it adds up fast when they're pouring it. And then I'm sure being in a restaurant, I'm sure you could see it all the time, just like, mounds of this stuff.
No, 100%. Yeah, it's like never going to be, especially if it's busy, right? Like if it's busy, a lot of the times, like they're just trying to get stuff out. They're just going to like overpour. They're going to overpour like, higher quantities of like literally everything in the drink, whatever it is, just kind of like push it out the window. So like if you ballpark a drink at like 300 calories, if the restaurant is like packed, you might be looking at closer to like, 455, like pretty easily.
Brutality. Absolute
crazy.
brutality. But I gotta say, I think I'll go the opposite way now because I think that's the easiest side. So we'll go to the worst decisions you could have. So I think in the beginning it's funny to see because we have our clients track by pictures, and Phil has gone through this too. But when I see margaritas and like mudslides, like frozen alcoholic beverages, like pina coladas, I'm like, oh man, we got some work to do. And here's why: because mudslide was it like vanilla ice cream, chocolate, and rum, for vodka, and then pina colada is essentially pineapple juice, coconut. It's just like the most dense possible thing, and then Malibu most likely in there. Sugary rum. Oh, margaritas. Everybody's like, oh, it's tequila. It's just tequila. I'm like, okay, yeah. And with juices, all sugar, sugar coated on the top of the brim of the glass. And I'm like, man, it was like if you enjoy it, like this is what I tell people: if you enjoy a margarita or any of those types of drinks, just know that in and of itself is probably the same amount of calories as a full meal. Like that's your skipping breakfast right there. Like not even joking. Like that's messed up.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, it's just never worth it to me anymore, right? Like ever since I got away from it and I really don't desire to go back, I would just rather eat more food. I would rather have like another entire meal on my docket. I just feel more full, more satiated, of course, the entire day. And like, yeah, once in a while I'll go have a drink or two, but like having like a bunch of random mixed drinks, the expense of like, I just don't have like two of my smaller meals over the course of my entire day just like never seems like a worthwhile trade-off for me. It's always just like I'm just gonna be hungrier all day, so I'm gonna be like not super happy about it, and then I'm gonna drink that and wake up the next day I'm gonna feel much much worse than I would have otherwise. Just like it's an L on like all fronts for me personally.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Phil? So was there a time that you used to drink a lot more?
Oh yeah, that's definitely my college days, right? Back when I didn't care so much about my health and it was just all about partying, drinking as much as you can, and just having fun, really. But yeah, it's just crazy because when I think about, how much calories I'm intaking back then, but you're younger, you're more active, and you're doing a lot of stuff already, so you're not really thinking about that. And then as you get older, right, that stuff actually, adds up. Like you guys mentioned, it's all the small things, and it's really like you think. For the longest time, right, I thought that having shots would have less calories, but then again those add up and you don't think about that. But luckily, starting the program and just being on my diet, I'm more aware of when I go out, if I do drink, then I'll know to have just like maybe one or two drinks. Again, beer. I don't. I rarely drink liquor at all. But that's so much different from when I was in college, where I'm just like, give me anything that you have. And if you hand me a shot, I will drink it. Like no, no exceptions.
What was your drink of choice then?
Okay, so I'm from Texas, and the
I always
Asians
forget.
down there, yeah, we like to drink. I don't know if you guys know what a rumplemint is.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
I
would
have
take
no idea.
shots of rumplemint.
I have no idea what that
What?
is.
Yeah. Tell Brett what that is.
It's like taking a shot of like peppermint liquor. I don't know how to
Okay.
explain it.
It's like a York. It's like a York patty, like a
Oh, okay.
peppermint patty, chocolate patty
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Fair enough. We just did like Fireball back where I'm from. That was the cheap drink of choice for people who didn't really like alcohol that much. The go-to.
What? I have so many questions. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
Alright.
So wait. So rumplemint? You're telling me all the Asians in Texas are drinking rumplemint year round?
Yeah. We were drinking rumplemint. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we were. Besides, like, like Henny, Crown, and the usual, like, Asian liquors that we like to drink, which are usually, like, the dark liquors, my group, for some reason, ended up drinking rumplemints all night. Just, like, shots of rumplemint.
Did you wake up like? I mean, I forgot the alcohols that we used to get that had rumplemint in it. But like, did you used to be hungover as piss afterwards with all that stuff
Yeah.
inside?
Yeah, always, all the time.
I just did it again.
Yeah, and just, yeah, rinse and repeat.
That's like, dude. That's the same thing with Brett. It's with Fireball. It's the same thing. Whatever's inside there, it goes inside cars or whatever. I forgot what it's called, but they're tested for this. It's like the same chemical that they put in cars.
Hell yeah.
And
Makes
look
it
at
go
us now.
fast. It's great.
Yeah, look at us now. We survived. So
Yeah.
hey,
What's up?
we did
Yeah.
something right.
Built different. Oh
See, I
God.
understand Canadians though. See, the thing is, I understand Canadians drinking, especially a lot more because it's so cold on average up there that would be the norm to keep them warm.
It's
Like
not
that
that
makes sense.
cold. Like, not where I'm from anyways. Like, it's a little cold and the winter like kind of sucks, but like I'm not even from the cold part of Canada. I'm from like the tropical paradise of Nova Scotia. It's like, in the summer, I think like it's maybe it'll top out. Like a hot fucking day where I'm from is like 80 degrees Fahrenheit. 80. What's a
It's
cold
warmer than most
day?
places up there.
What's up?
That's definitely warmer than most places up there.
Oh yeah. The coldest it gets where I'm from is like negative 22 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Minnesota. That's
It's
Minnesota.
lovely. It's like, it's great. What are you talking about? It's refreshing. Like, it's crisp. Like, you walk outside and, you're super cold. You don't want to go anywhere because you breathe in, your lungs kind of hurt a little bit and you can feel them like stiffening up. It's great. It's fine. It's just not that bad. I feel bad for the people who like live in like Midwest Canada, like the prairie provinces, because they're so flat and they're so open. The wind just like rolls right through the entire time. And I'm pretty sure it gets so cold out there that like gasoline will freeze on cold days. Which is weird that that's the thing that happens.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. I'm just still baffled that the freaking Asians drinking rumplements over here.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
like
it's
such
just a
a
Texas thing. I don't know.
yeah. It's so interesting. I feel like it's so weird. So I guess for the viewers, I was ostracized from my Asian group when I was young because I played baseball and focused on it, while the other Asians were being way smarter than I ever will be. Now they're like neurosurgeons somewhere. But I don't even remember what they drank. But they used to, the ones I knew drank tequila the most. So maybe it's just a Texas thing. Maybe it's just Phil's friend group. Maybe I go down there one day and I find out and I'm like blacked out somewhere else, just on rumplements. And next thing you know, I taste like Christmas.
Yeah, well, I think every one of my friends now that we're older, like 30s, 40s, we're drinking tequila now, and tequila is probably my least favorite liquor.
Oh, coming from dark liquors, tequila's the worst. Like the transition.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh no, I feel like you have to go to like. I feel like if you go to that route, I would say you probably have to go from like dark rum to like clearer rum first, like somewhere in that direction, just to, ease into it if you were to go in that direction.
Interesting.
But
It's
even
like-
so,
I didn't really think that alcohol would be like that. I always thought you could just like, switch from one to the other. It's just like they're so different. Like I never thought of like transitioning from one alcohol like slowly to the next one, like over time.
It's more of a palate thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn with wine. Like with wine is like it's a whole entity. Like I used to be able to like try one and be like, yes, no. It'd be like a green light, red light kind of thing. Now I'm starting to like sort of get things down. Like I understand parts of this. With liquors. Basically, before this, I was like researching stuff, and it was along the lines of people just have different palates for alcohol, whether it's taught or it's genetic. But it's easier to transition if you stay close to its like the families of the alcohol overall. And that one was from dark to clear. It's just like rum. Rum's usually one of the easier ones to do because it's still the same sugar. It's just one's what was it? The way they handle it. But even so, it's just like the profile isn't as bad for that person. But whiskey, man, whiskey's on the whole other side of the spectrum for me.
I like whiskey quite a bit. I like whiskey. I like scotch. I like rum can be good. Dark liquors are all like pretty solid by me. I don't get wine at all. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I can smell wine. I have a great nose for wine. I can take a glass, like sniff, and be like, hey, I get this fruit. I get this floral scent. I get like whatever, and then I drink it. And I'm just like, grape. Did I get it? And that's just it. It's all I got.
Yeah, I agree. To be fair, now I'm in this wine phase, but when I drink it, it's just because it does go down. I can drink less of it to get more of a buzz. It's really what it truly is. And you're like, oh, Chris, we could do that with like liquor. But I'm like, but I used to be a sugar addict, soda addict. So wine is like the closest thing to like something that's sweeter for me. Like I don't even get like the ones that are super sweet either, but just the fact that it's sweeter than most alcohols in general. And then you're like, Chris, well, there's a bunch of freaking, Surfside and White Claws, and it tastes like soda, like High Noons. I'm like, yeah, and they're dangerous. And that's why I don't get them as much anymore, because if I drink them, I'm over here like 4 or 5 deep. Like I drink seltzers here. I even got a CO2 tank upstairs now for my soda streams.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Just hit a CO2 tank, hit in the machine, hit the button 3 times, and then bang, soda stream. Great alternative to alcohol. So any of you that are like, hey, I can't lose fat, and you want an alternative to drinking, less alcohol, then getting. I mean, I have a soda stream, but just getting carbonated water will definitely help and kind of kick that craving. And maybe if you're like, oh well, there's no flavor, then I would just throw in or buy some sort of flavoring, whether it's from the companies like bubbly. You can throw in electrolytes or even BCAA, since they already basically don't do anything. They're just flavored water. You can just throw it in there and then make it flavored seltzer. Or just squeeze some lemon, limes, any fruits of your choice, grapefruits, orange, and it'll taste great. But it's just a good way to start breaking off of it, because yes, you're going to be so off your game with your calorie budget if you just drink a lot. I mean, think about it. Your inhibition. Like, I don't think anybody goes home after they drink and they're like, oh, I'm just need a grilled chicken salad. Yeah, like, okay, liar.
One entire pizza. I make all kinds of terrible decisions when I drink. It's just like a very, very downhill, very fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Phil, do you live in an area where you can walk after you go hang out in the restaurants and stuff?
Not really. Everywhere. So I live in California now, right? Everywhere we go, if we go eat, it's mainly driving.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, so somebody has to drive. We have the Uber. Okay. That makes sense.
Unless you go to like a city, right? If you're in LA or something like that, then after you eat, then you can walk around. Otherwise, like in the suburbs and whatnot, like in Orange County, you eat and then you drive to the next location.
Gotcha. Okay. I just didn't know if you were like really close to the city, but Brett and I, for context, used to work together in Hoboken, New Jersey, and it'd be so bad because everything was in 1 square mile, so you can get whatever you wanted under your heart's desire almost at any time. So it was brutal, and this is very contextual, because I think a lot of our clients also live this lifestyle of, it doesn't have to be center city, but it's just the fact that you have your conveniences right next there. So you go from, let's say you go to happy hour with your coworkers, you have a social event after work with your friends, and you're in a major part of the city or you're in a suburb where they provide you a bunch of stuff, and then once you have a few drinks knocked down, it's gonna be a lot harder to say no. And most of the time I get those food logs back and I see it, and it's like a cake the size of somebody's face, it's like a burger the size of their face, chicken fingers, and it's not just 2 or 3 of them, it's probably like an entire half platter. And it's like all these binge eating tactics that they're like, oh yeah, I only had a few, wings or something like that. And next thing you know, they had the entire tray from Wingstop, and they had to pull them off them. Inhibition, I think, is one of the biggest ones, and that's why it's like, I'd say for people, it's so hard to lose fat or be in a deficit while drinking. And I think towards the end of this podcast, I'll really give you guys every tool you guys can have, because it is not easy. It's not. And I'm sitting here now because I used to be that guy that used to drink a lot and be able to do that, wake up next morning and lift. And that's because I was probably in my early 20s. And now if I do that, man, I'm like shot for like 3 days, and I just turned 30 for the viewers here. Okay, a good transition here would be, what would be some of your best tips for trying to incorporate alcohol as a desk worker, over, I guess, around 30s and above?
Okay. So if I was going to incorporate alcohol in my diet as a desk worker, 30s and above, what I would do is I would probably start off by like just finding a gating factor, right? Like, you have to have some like hard set rules about yourself if you're going to do this. Maybe what I would start off with is, if you're going out, you have a drink or 2 or 3, whatever it is you're going to have, like between every single glass you drink, you need to drink a glass of water. Like, every time you have a singular drink, I would have an entire glass of water. It's going to do a couple things, right? Number one, if you drink more water, you will be less thirsty. You will have less of an inherent desire for alcohol. And it's like the impression that is going to give you some sort of like hydration whatsoever. But also it's going to give you like more time between drinks, right? Because like, you don't want to be that weird guy that you have your drink and then you just like, you pound and like, an entire glass of water. That looks fucking weird, right? It's going to give you this solid, like, 5 to 10 minute barrier. And that's going to like, allow you to make sure that you're pacing yourself. You're making better decisions overall because you're just not getting as drunk as fast. You're not going to fall right off the deep end. And it's also going to like make sure that your recovery the next day isn't quite so bad. Because like, as somebody in my 30s, like I'm 36 right now, I feel like if I drink more than like 3 beer or 3 anything on a given night, I am literally hungover for like 2 days. Is terrible. So just having water, like, in my system constantly helps like dilute the amount of, or it helps like, recover from alcohol the day after, because it's become incredibly detrimental to my lifting doing anything of the sort right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are great tips. Just make sure that you set some rules for yourself. He just mentioned that drinking water after every drink, doesn't matter which one it is, will slow it down and then be able to also have you hydrate so you're less hungover the next day. Hopefully, just depending on, I guess, on the size of the man and also their genetics. I think another one that's more practical, more so than mindset, is the setup, right? I think most people that we work with, whether it's a corporate meeting, whether it's a business dinner, sales dinner, whatever, most people know that it's coming at least within a day or two. Like usually, it's not like hey, I had a last minute happy hour. Generally speaking. So what I tell people is, if you're a couple days out, one, I would just plan it out way ahead of time, meaning that you save some calories from earlier in the week and move it to that day. So you have a little bit more leeway. That's one. And then when that day comes, you have that happy hour at 5:30 p.m. right after work. So skip breakfast, have the smallest lunch possible, leading with just protein and fiber, maybe like a grilled meat with salad and something light to hold you over there. A protein bar right before you get there. And then when you get there, you have about 1,500 calories to play with, in which case you can enjoy. 1,500 calories is a good amount of calories to enjoy. That's what, 3 to 4 drinks and then some appetizers on the side, right? And it's going to add up fast though. So if like, just to give you context, 1,500 calories at a happy hour, that's 10 wings and about 4 drinks. I can do that in 10 minutes without a thought. Like that is that's like you planning and setting everything up. Isn't that insane to think about?
It is. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so let me ask you something. So for me, is like I require more food on like a daily basis to be satiated. Would you recommend for somebody like me who needs to eat a bit more? Could I theoretically just trim food over the course of like multiple days for this? Like, organize my day around drinking / going out to a happy hour this one day by like substantially reducing the size of my meals on like, a couple of days leading up to it?
It's a great question. So yes, you absolutely can. We look at things on a weekly basis. So alcohol has calories. It's 7 calories per gram. Fancy. All you have to know is within the week, you have to fall within the calorie budget if you're looking to lose fat. So like Brett said, he'd rather eat the food and take it away from the days that he's not drinking. So that's possible. So for example, if you wanted to take 200 calories from Monday through Thursday and you had happy hour Friday, you can move those 800 calories over to Friday. And in which case, I'd still recommend skipping breakfast the whole 9, right? Pushing everything later into the day. So then let's say your calories were 2,000 normally to lose 1 pound of fat per week. Now you have 2,800 that day. And then you follow the guidelines that we've given you, which is skipping breakfast, big protein and fiber lunch, no carbs, no nothing, then having like a protein snack or bar, something to hold you over until you get to the event. We're talking like 500 calories total eaten to 1,000 at most. That gives you 1,800 calories to play with. And then while you're there, you can actually like let loose, right? You don't have to count so many things. It's just more of like, hey, I probably should have some of these snacks or these appetizers, or just like one entree leading with protein while having 3 to 4 drinks and following Brett's rule of drinking water in between, right? Like these are definitely plausible things. Like I think the whole point is people are scared of drinking alcohol and then being like, oh, it's like that's it. Like my progress is ruined. And then they mentally we'll go into all this, the psychological aspect too. But they just start to go off on this edge and we're like, oh, it's all over. I'm just going to start eating whatever I want because I already messed it up. I'm throwing the towel and, kind of screw it all up. But I think, besides hearing it from the coaches, Bill, what has been like your best take and best strategy that helped you, get the results you wanted with alcohol?
Yeah, so it's actually what you just mentioned, right? If I know that I'm going out with coworkers or going out with friends later that week, then at the beginning of the week I would eat less so that I can take those calories and add it to that day. Which is you already told me that before. Every time I tell you like, hey, I'm going out, Friday, Saturday, what should I do? I want to lose weight or I want to maintain. How much of those calories should I move, or should I eat Monday to Thursday so that I can go out and enjoy, eat, drink Friday and Saturday? So really that has been the best strategy and what has worked for me the most. I'm able because, I work at home remotely, so I'm not doing anything crazy. So my meals I usually, already have it set for the week. So I'll just try to focus on eating at a more calorie deficit. Um, throughout the week. And then when it comes time to, when I go out, then I have all these calories that I can, and even for myself, I wouldn't say like I let loose, but I like, okay, I can have a beer and, and not be like, oh, I'm over my budget, but I can have a beer and then I can have a burger or a pizza or, anything like that. But then I'm still mindful of my options, right? So I'm going to have a burger, but I'm not going to have like, 2 baskets of fries like I used to, right? I'll just, I'll order a basket of fries, share with my friends, and I'll have a couple, things like that. So I would just do that, and that's been working for me, just kind of like backloading those calories, prepare for when you go out.
That's awesome, right? And I think you mentioned something huge there. I think people blame alcohol for the reason why they're not losing fat, and I actually think it's not true. I think it's a catalyst. I think yes, could you drink your calories and then go over your budget? I absolutely believe so, but I actually think it's the food around alcohol more so than anything else. Because, like I just mentioned earlier, and just Phil just talked about, he got used to get 2 baskets of fries. I assume shared with friends and family and stuff. But even so, no nutritional value for hitting your budget, and you're probably going to get a bunch of late night foods that usually put you over. Like, I mean, be realistic though. If you actually thought about it, like even in one night, let's say you had 10 drinks, right? And let's say they were all 100 calorie drinks or lower. So you had 1,000 calories. But like if you go 1,000 calories, above maintenance that day, but the rest was in a deficit, you're still going to lose a little bit of weight. And especially after drinking alcohol, you're going to be like pissing out everything out, depleting water. My hot take here, I hope this goes gets a little crazy on the internet here, is I don't think it's alcohol only. I think it's the food and the inhibitions dwindling, that they make bad decisions that add up the calories fast from there. So it's late night foods, it's the social events afterwards, right? Because nobody just gets grilled chicken and salad. They get pizza, fries, chicken fingers, sliders. Am I missing anything? Ice cream, cookies, right? They just binge eat chips, right, if they're home, right? So I think it's everything else added on top. So just let you know now, if you go out to drink, I actually tell people to prepare to save some calories or have something after they drink. It also helps with being less hungover the next day. So I know like if you're tight on calories, but I'm just saying right to you right now, it does help when you wake up the next morning and you had a little small meal. So if you had, let's just say in this hypothetical earlier, like I mentioned, like if you had 2,800 calories, you save those extra 800 calories the next day. I highly recommend saving like 300 to 500 calories for after the event, just because drinking alcohol makes you hungrier for the most part. You're like, oh, well, if I drink craft beers and it fills up my stomach, it's like, yeah, sure, to an extent, but like, you're still going to be hungry. I don't know about you guys. Like, do you guys normally get hungry after you eat? Because I usually am ravenous if I don't eat something.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I just need something to absorb like all that liquid in my stomach. I need something solid, especially like in like when I'm drinking. Like the first thing I think of is like the desire is for textures. You know what I mean? Like you want something like super crispy, super crunchy, ideally with some sort of like flavoring that like cuts through the murky haze of being a little inebriated, and like so that's like things that are like sharp and acid, like having the acid, like like tomato sauce, like on a pizza. Like this is why I swear like up and down that like the best drunk pizza in Hoboken is Basil's. Like for sure. It's not even close. It's like it's the sauce is so like the cheese is so cheap and the sauce is so like acid heavy and the pizza is like so crispy and flat. It's like it's exactly what you want when you're like half in the bag. Perfect. But like that's what I look for. Is like so as soon as I'm a little slosh, it's like what's crispy? Things are deep fried. And like, usually you like with some sauce with it, like, ketchup fits the bill perfectly, right? Like having the acid, you taste ketchup while you're drunk. Whereas like a lot of other things like feel very muted. That's exactly what happens. And I have never made worse decisions when I'm drunk than like or worse food decisions than one I've been drinking, right? It's just like if you're making if you're like actually going to drink while you're trying to lose weight, you can definitely do it. Like alcohol itself will not put you over as long as you're taking proper precautions, but like you gotta have a backup food option when you get home, because like if you don't have something that you need to go and eat when you get home, you will just like eat everything that you shouldn't while you're trying to lose weight.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you right now, these are some great late night drunk foods for anybody, realistically speaking. But this has been the fan favorites of the desk workers that I've had. So if you have an air fryer, you should. Everybody should have an air fryer at this point. Is the easiest way, the most convenient, time efficient, the whole nine. So the best foods, instead of taking away these fried foods, it's like you should already get these. Okay, Bell and Evans chicken nuggets. Doesn't matter which one. There's tenders, organic, no organic, whatever. Fantastic. Put them in the oven, put them in the air fryer. They taste exactly, if not better, than most of your fast food chicken nuggets and fries. I swear to you. I swear to you, it is fantastic. If you don't have that, there's ones from Costco called like Just Bear that are pretty good. Costco has their own brand now. But the best brand at store is gotta be Bell & Evans chicken nuggets. So you can air fry them. The macros are insane too, Brett and Phil. It's 200 calories, not even, it's 190 calories, 20 grams of protein for chicken nuggets per serving.
Yeah.
Per serving.
It's excellent.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Bell & Evans, I get the organic one. There's a green and a black box, but that's 100% fantastic. French fries. Strong Roots has great French fries. Very good ingredients. Also, one serving, the whole bag is like 100, I think it's 150 calories for like a serving of French fries, which is not bad at all. Usually French fries are like 200 plus per serving in an oven bag. So those are easy ones right there. And if you're like, well, Chris, usually I'm Asian, I enjoy Asian food. Same thing. I have like BB-Go dumplings that are also not too bad. So it's like, I'd say like 11 grams of protein for, I think it's like 200 calories. So yes, it's 2 to 1, but like a serving of dumplings is like 7 dumplings. And you can pan fry that within like 5-10 minutes. But yes, just know that all these are definitely options. And these are, I think the fan favorites have most certainly been chicken nuggets, French fries, and then for the Asian guys that do have dumplings. What else has been like really, really, really good? People say the Quest pizza. I think it's okay. I don't think it's just, it won't hit that. It's not that, like being from Jersey, I'm so spoiled that like I can't.
Oh
If I
yeah.
eat pizza, it's not the same. I eat Kirkland pizza now, like because Minnesota does not have good pizza, so I get frozen pizza now. But just know that Quest pizza has okay macros. I just know if you're in the middle of nowhere or you're scrounging, it's like you're still not gonna go like, hey, I want to eat a Quest pizza tonight. That's not even close. Like I mean, maybe I'm crazy. I'm gonna get a message on one of this podcasts and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. But yes, Bell & Evans chicken nuggets, definitely get that. I would say Butcher Box, but like not many people have that subscription. But the Butcher Box chicken strips, the craziest macros. We're talking like 150 to 20 grams of protein.
Whew. That's wild. Like,
yeah, a little bit drier. The strips, they have chicken nuggets too. It's just less, which is not as macro friendly. But just know that
that's
it's
a surface area thing, right? Like that's just because like there's more breading on the. Wait, is that even true? That's weird.
They make it 2 separate ways, but it's chicken nuggets and chicken strips for Butcher Box, and then we always get the bundle pack, so it's like we get like 2 chicken strips, 2 chicken bundle or nuggets, because she's on a permanent bulk, and then I am. It's summertime, so I just generally eat a little bit leaner. So we just air fryer oven those 2, and she gets her high calories. For 3 nuggets, it's 170 calories. But for chicken strips, I can eat like the entire bag, and it's 100 grams of protein for like 700 calories. Like insane. Absolutely insane. Toss that with some ketchup or some I like hot sauce and barbecue sauce, but those are my biggest ones. I don't know. Is there any like drunk foods that you guys can think of that you guys like crave when you guys eat besides pizza and nuggets / wings? See, there's
Tacos for me.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Very.
Oh,
But that's what I crave. Yeah.
Oh man, tacos are rough. They just actually opened up a spot in Hoboken that I saw with Brett. Tacos are rough because they give you I mean, I think of it this way, right? If I'm in a restaurant, what's the cheapest ground beef I can get? It's usually the fattiest, 80-20. Then the tortilla, also cheap. And then they also they usually will oil the shit out of cooking it. And then they also throw in everything else under the sun on those on those tortillas and the meat. So I can't imagine how many calories are in tacos. Especially late night too.
Quite a bit. I mean, I don't know. For me personally, it's got to be the very Canadian answer has got to be poutine. I love poutine so much. It's like it's beautiful. Gravy, cheese curd, French fries. It's like 100%. Usually you get some like if you go to like a poutine spot, you usually get some sort of like crispy, fatty meat on top of there as well. Just like you get some places that'll do chicken strips and just like cut them, just chop them up and toss them in with it. So at least you get some amount of protein, but for the most part, it's just like it's a giant calorie bomb. I don't think I've ever had a poutine that's like anything less than like 700 calories. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well save a whole meal for that. You know what's funny? I think people have been actually saying like falafel, actually like Middle Eastern food, like food trucks, like food trucks. And I was like, yeah, I was like, that's easy. That's really easy.
Food trucks are awesome. Like 100%. You can go to like any food truck, any like Middle Eastern food truck, and get like the random like plate, like a shawarma plate or something, and it'll have like chicken, it'll have rice, it'll have whatever, just like absolute bangers. Falafel, like being crispy, is definitely a godsend. It's not even that bad for you, really, unless a little low in protein. But if you could make much worse choices for sure.
Yeah, just double the protein, eat half the rice, and you're pretty much on your way to being pretty much on track. That's why I was like, people are definitely craving that. Yeah, I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to think of like what I see on my clientele list. It's usually just like fast food in general. It doesn't matter which one, like Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Taco Bell. Well, the thing is, it's so funny. I don't know if it feels so tacos. Like we make our own tacos, but like obviously it's like 95.5 ground beef.
Yeah,
it's like the low calorie tacos. They're corn tacos. We make our own guac, which is, I mean, to be fair, it's not hard either. But tacos are just hard. They're just hard to manage if you don't make your own, because then you have to like probably take away one of the tortillas, mix them together, and then from there it's still like probably like 500-700 calories for like 3 tacos. But man, Phil, I feel you, man. I feel you. I do like a good taco.
Yeah, I usually don't. I try not to eat too much tacos nowadays, but when I do, I prepare for it. So I incorporate
like the whole
it.
days.
Yeah, why?
Well, no, I don't blame you at all. But I think well, I'll actually tell you guys about this before I get to the more logistic stuff. So Minnesota State Fair is one of the biggest state fairs, and they literally have everything. So like for people who are watching this, you can just look it up real quick. They have everything across the sun, from like fried cheese, all the beer and wine vendors. There's like alligator there. There's like cannoli chip ice cream thing. There's like lots of combination. Pickled pizza. Ugh, couldn't do it. Could not do it. That is like that's blasphemous to me, by the way, as a fellow Northeastern of the U.S. But I think this is where a good transition of like, okay, if you have a full day of just something, right? You have an event, you're out and about, and you have something. It's like, what should you do? And I'm telling you right now, it's just more of like, okay, lead with protein, just don't eat breakfast, and then just enjoy within your means at that point, because you're not going to be able to do anything about this. Like, imagine like going to the state fair and be like, oh, well, I can't have this, I can't have this, I can't have this, and you're trying to enjoy like once in basically like a year things. It's like at this point, it's just a lot. I would say over 1,000 to 1,500 calories from the week, and move it over to there. So then you're able to have like 3 drinks and have like, I don't know, bacon filled donuts. I think there's also in there. I don't freaking know.
Bacon filled donuts.
Not. I mean, I like it. You know, I like a bacon on a donut, I guess. But I wouldn't be like, let's go out of my way to get. You know, let's go get it every week. You know,
bacon filled donuts, huh? I don't know that one. I mean,
probably making some shit up.
Like, look, I get it. I've always felt like bacon just goes better with like chocolate if you're gonna do that kind of thing. And that's totally fine. Like, it's the saltiness of the bacon cuts like the sweetness sort of thing. Like, I get it, but like that feels like a weird thing to crave. It's a cool thing to try like once or twice, but like every time, I don't know about that. That's a little funky.
Yeah, you guys can look up the list. It's like this crazy amount of foods I can't even mention on here. Like they're all like combinations or mixes, but obviously it's Midwestern, so you'll have a lot of like your fried cheese curds, just a lot of fried food, dough sticks, not even donuts, just like dough sticks. Alligator is the best part. I actually like getting the fried alligator. Then they have like a cookie. The biggest, highest revenue place is a cookie shop. They pump out $5 million worth of cookies every year. That's insane. On chocolate chip cookies. They only make one cookie in a basket.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of how big you want it. That's crazy. All right, I digress before I go crazy. So I think kind of to like wrap this up for the viewers here, your best bet as a desk worker, right, to keep the calories low and still enjoy it, will be any distilled liquors, right, whether it's neat or on the rocks, mixed with low or 0 calorie mixes. So whether it be your seltzers, diet sodas, squeezed fresh juices, or even with water. Okay. And then on top of that will be in the same category of like light beers and 100-calorie drinks. So like seltzers, Surfsides, Statesides. They're actually on the label. So all these like newer drinks that are coming out, they usually will tell you that's like 100 calories. And those are probably your best bets because you can control that for the most part. And that, that's the lowest you're going to get with alcohol, actually. Like the lowest I can think of on top of my head. Right. And then the next part would be like, okay, well, in the same category goes to wine, red or white. If you get the sweeter ones, so on the red side, if you get like rosé, and the white side, if you get, oh man, I don't even know. What's a sweet white wine? Do you guys know? I couldn't even tell you on top of my head.
Sweet white wine? I don't know wines off the top of my head.
All right, but people who do know the wines, just know if you get the sweeter side, it's probably leaning towards 200. Okay, and then after that, then it gets into the mixed drinks. That's where I'm like, oh man, I just don't recommend it. And if you do, just know that's a full meal's worth of calories. So if you're going to do it, if you want to be more sophisticated and you're at your, you're at a happy hour, you're at your law firm, you're at your whatever, doesn't matter. You want to be a little more. If you want to get martinis are fine too. It's basically just vodka, isn't it? Vodka with an olive, shaken up or stirred, depending if you're James Bond. So just know that these are your best bets for alcohol, okay, as a recap. And no, do not get your Long Island iced teas or trash cans or anything that has God, you know what, now I'm thinking about this before I close this off. You know what's probably the worst thing for you is anything with alcohol, which is depressant, mixed with any accelerant or what's it called?
Jaeger bombs? God damn, dude.
Yeah, Jaeger bombs. Oh man, I used to.
Oh my god,
Jaeger. Oh god, Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, you can do a lot of those too. Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
I knew Phil was in there.
Yeah. All right.
When you said dark liquor, I was like, this guy's got to be doing Jaeger bombs.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, it's got the Jaeger bomb. It's got to have the Red Bull.
Just like gives you the lowered inhibitions to make bad decisions and all the energy to go act on them. It's great. It's perfect.
Oh, it's so brutal. Okay, so I know this is why I say this. I know Vodka Rebel's a big thing. I know that Jaeger bombs are a huge thing. And I mean, look, if you're gonna do one of those things, at least calorie wise, get the Red Bull Zeros at least, or whatever the freaking they're called. Irish car bombs. That's my favorite when I was going through college. Easily my favorite. Oh my god, it was Guinness, pint of Guinness, or a little bit smaller. Then it was a shot of whiskey and Bailey's, and you drop it into the Guinness, and it just tasted like coffee. Oh, it was phenomenal. Anyways, before I go reminisce about my drinking days, just know that your best bet is not to do those as much as possible. And hopefully that if you're listening to this, that you're probably trying to make a better decision with your alcohol. So you're probably trying to just drink like 2 glasses of wine, 2 to 3 shots in a tall glass of scotch, right? Or having a few beers with the boys, playing some video games, watching the games, right? Hopefully you're in that house already. If you're not, the biggest transition is already just getting from drinking like, for example, full rum and cokes over to like rum and coke, Diet Coke or Coke Zero at this point, right? That will already take away like 300 to 500 calories every single step of the way. But yes, to answer the overall question, you can lose fat while drinking alcohol. You just got to know that there are better choices than most, that you should plan out a couple days in advance, because most of the time you will know when you're going to have an event that includes drinking. So just take away some calories from the middle of the week and replace it for that day. Make sure to plan that day to not eat breakfast, light lunch, snack to hold you over. Enjoy the event with whatever you like, technically, but then stay within your means. So leave with protein somewhere and just stay within 3 to 4 drinks, having some water in between those drinks. And then save some calories for afterwards. And we just mentioned a few of our favorite ones. Like my favorite has always been Bell & Evans chicken nuggets. Always will be my number 1 favorite. On top of Butcher Box chicken strips. And then I just like BB Go dumplings because they're very easy to make. Also be popped in the air fryer with some Strong Roots fries. All very low calorie, all good, very good tasting. But yeah. So yeah, anything you guys got to say about alcohol and losing fat?
I'm good. Just like,
yeah, just, I mean, be smart about it. You can still lose fat when you drink. Just, make the wise choices and enjoy yourself because you can't.
Yeah. And Phil is a walking representation of a guy who literally lost, 25, 30 plus pounds while being able to, I mean, I don't know, I forgot how many social events you've gone through in the within the program, but it was almost, at a certain point, it was almost every week of like 2 months straight or something like that, that you were like jumping around somewhere and still
Yeah,
being able
yeah.
to, go out to eat, whether it be Japanese, Korean, and then also having shots, beers, enjoying time with friends. Like you didn't have to be the
Yeah.
guy being sober. Like you didn't have to force that overall. So yeah, it's awesome. Thank you guys for listening, all you Gen Fitters out there. If you enjoyed this podcast and got lots of value, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our Instagrams. Mine is Coach_Chris Lee.